I remember when a lot of us were going through the natural hair movement, where a lot of women with natural Afro-textured hair started to embrace our natural curls as they were, meaning that we stopped processing our hair chemically, which was permanent and very damaging. Especially with the research that's out there right now with the chemicals and yeah, like what they can cause and even the effects. Yeah, it was just a really fun time, just embracing our hair as it was given to us. The only thing is that there were some struggles knowing how to take care of our hair, how to style it, how to just have it in the healthiest way possible. And a lot of what we really desired as well was to have our hair grow long, which is really normal and I think natural for women. We want to have our hair long and luscious and the best, features and way that it can be. So there were many videos and many advices given about how to grow your hair long, and it was fun, but sometimes a little bit crazy, like with the different products that were recommended and the cleaning or the routines for wash day and stuff like that. So this has been over the span of like 10 years, and I'm at a place right now where I'm really satisfied with the length and most importantly the health of my hair. And today I want to share 4 tips of how I grew my hair long, and most importantly like what I did in order to embrace my hair as it is. And as you can see, my hair is straightened. Today I like doing hairstyles like this, and I also like wearing my hair curly, and I'll go into that more in the video. But I'm really grateful for just this process of learning about my hair, and also just embracing my God-given features, so let's get into it. And just so you know, number 4 may surprise you, so stick around for that one. First of all, if you have curly hair, curly, coily, hair that is not naturally straight, your hair is longer than you think it is. If you are not in the habit of regularly straightening your hair and you still want your hair to grow long, I would just encourage you to trust that your hair is longer than it seems, because it's just the natural laws of physics. It's curly, it's like more shrinkage, and it's going up more than down. And if you don't want to straighten your hair, I'm talking about with a flat iron using heat, that's fine. But don't think that you are, settling for short hair when you aren't. Because the great thing about curly hair and the blessing of it is that you can wear it so many ways. And sometimes some of the struggles, can be the blessing, where is that sometimes it doesn't look as it seems. I remember for many years I was avoiding heat because that was one of the advice given in order to keep your hair healthy. And I was just frustrated with thinking that my hair isn't growing long. It just seems to always be short, no matter what I do, no matter what I eat, and different things like that. And one day, I don't know, I just decided to be brave and not worry about any effects of heat and straighten my hair, and I was blown away, literally blown away by the length of my hair. I know that for me, when I straighten my hair, it can go to 50%, sometimes even 70% longer than it seems. And when it is it can go to 50% or 70% longer than it seems when it is curly. Now, is that wrong? No, it's just how your hair is, and it's really amazing, because sometimes when I want my hair short and not on my neck, I just keep it curly and where it naturally falls, and I'm just so satisfied. Plus I like the variety of it as well. Yeah, I'm pretty confident if you have curly hair that your hair is longer than it seems, right? And I'm talking about Afro curly hair. It is way longer. Like, our hair can shrink. I've read up to 70% of its actual length. So your hair is long already. If you want it to grow longer, that's fine, but it's already long, you know. And I really want to speak into this because I know that for many years we've been told as Black women that our hair is short, it won't grow, you know, we're just, I don't know, like gonna have to settle for this and wear extensions, you know. Some of the messages has been that you have to wear extensions in order to get the experience of having long hair, but that's not true. Your hair is already long. It's just different. It's different from everyone else's, and that's fine. And individually, I have learned to embrace my hair as it is. My hair strands are thin. How should I say it? It's just different, right? Some of the hairstyles that I try that I'll see other people doing online, you know, turns out to be different for me, and that's fine. Now I'm learning different hairstyles that work for me, different methods that work for me, different products that work for me and my hair. And I'm learning that it doesn't have to look like everyone else's. Like even beyond race, even just you as an individual, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are unique, and even your features, your hair texture is different than everyone else's. And when that sank deep, you know, into my mind, I started to realize that maybe I've been comparing my hair to others, and that leads to dissatisfaction. And you know, I could have been just doing what's best for me and enjoying my hair as it is. So I want to encourage you, whoever is listening to me today, you know, embrace your hair as it is. Learn that it's different from everyone else's. It's different from mine, but it's so beautiful. And when you embrace it and learn to do what's best for it and for you, you will be so satisfied, pleased, and happy, and so grateful for the hair that you've been given, right? And another thing I love about our hair as Black women is that it's not what it seems. And this has taught me to not care what people think, because I know on the inside, and if you look deeper, it's more than it seems, right? Like if our hair is shrinking and seems shorter than it is, if someone else does not want to look deeper and just assumes that our hair is short, then that's on them. It's like whatever, it doesn't matter. But you know within yourself that what you have is healthy and gorgeous and luscious and just beautiful. And yes, I'm getting really passionate about this because I really am just, you know, trying to get you to not worry or care what people think, but embrace what you have. And the people that care, they will want to know more, not in a way that's kind of like weird curiosity, you know, those weird questions where you're just like, do you really care about me as a person, or you're just curious? No, people who really care about you will ask the right questions or do their own research and learn more. And that's what we should do, like learn more about people and what, you know, what's going on for them. When you treasure something, you take care of it, right? Now, our hair is a reflection of what's going on the inside of our bodies, because literally our hair is dead cells that have grown out, don't have any feelings or whatever, and we don't need it per se. So what that means is that like your body, the living parts of your body actually gets more priority than the parts that are not living. So it gets, if you are eating healthily, for example, if you are doing what's best for you, your hair will be as healthy as possible because your body is getting the best that it needs, and the extra goes over into your hair, your skin, your cuticles, things like that, you know, the things on the outside, because it focuses on, your body focuses on the inside first. It's like amazing just thinking about how God created us, you know, but it makes sense. Like what is alive and needs the nutrients first will get it first, and then what's extra goes over. So what I'm trying to say is that when you focus on eating healthily, sleeping right, the proper maintenance for your hair and your body, most importantly, it will reflect on your hair. And I can see different timelines when I am, eating right and resting well and, exercising, how much my hair not necessarily changes the texture or anything, may not even grow faster, but is a lot stronger and easier to keep, if that makes sense, because if it's stronger it won't break off as much as possible. So I like when I focus on taking care of myself as an individual and not just my hair, because we are a whole being and it's not just about our hair. I know this video is about our hair, but actually the point I'm trying to get across is that it's about you and doing what's best for you, your mindset, your body, your soul, and that reflects on the outside. Now, taking care of your hair on the outside is very important because you need to cleanse your hair and your scalp, which is skin, as often as it needs. It needs the right moisturization, especially for Afro-textured hair, which does get dry faster. Especially when it's in the curly state. Naturally it gets dry faster, so you have to find ways to moisturize it so that it will be as healthy as possible and not get brittle and break off, which is easier when it's dry, right? And moisturizing when your hair is clean is very important because it's hard for your hair to actually get moisturized, to actually soak in the moisture if there's dirt or oil sitting on top of it. So it's just like finding the right routines. And I'm also learning that it doesn't have to be very long and cumbersome, things that would cause you to be like discouraged to even take care of your hair. Like, I'm learning to have wash days that are like for about 45 minutes, which I know will sound long for some people, but I've heard about wash days being 3 hours or more. Now I want to be careful in saying that because for my hair, it doesn't, based on what I know about my hair right now, 45 minutes is fine. But I know that with other people, they may need more time, which is okay. Just learn what's best, what's the optimum for you. And, when I'm cleansing my hair, I actually part it into sections and then wash this side, this side, this side. It's just also because of the technique. It's not because my hair is hard to take care of. It's just different. And when I do what's best for it, it actually, responds in the best way possible. So it's also like your hair isn't hard to take care of. It's just different and special and unique. And when you embrace that, like my previous point, you actually get happier with the way it is, Yeah. Also, learning the proper maintenance while sleeping is also good. I'm discovering using silk caps over my hair. Sometimes I will use like a silk pillowcase, but then it's like I'm sliding all over my pillowcase. So I don't know if I really like that. But even for me, it's still a learning process. So the proper maintenance, like even how I pull my hair back and probably wrap it. And when it's curly, like putting it up in a pineapple, hairstyle. Yeah. Basically, maintenance is important. And also, I remember back in the natural hair movement, a lot of products, oh my gosh, a lot of products were marketed to us and they were so expensive, but we thought that we needed them all. We thought we needed the creams, the leave-in conditioners, the oils, the butters, the this, the that, whatever. It was so much. And I learned that putting all of that on my hair made it heavy and it just wasn't good for it. So now I'm realizing that simple products are fine for me as long as I'm keeping it moisturized. Even sometimes I will use like a foam to maintain my curls, and that's okay. I barely even oil my scalp as I used to. in the Caribbean, I don't know about different countries, we used to have this mindset that when you oil your scalp, it helps your hair to grow. It's like you are fertilizing your scalp or you're fertilizing your hair. I'm not even ashamed of that. I'm not even like putting that down. That's what we thought, and I used to do it a lot as a child, but now I'm realizing that I don't think it really helps as much. Although I do hear of many people getting good benefits from using castor oil on their scalp. So it's still like, for me, a testing thing where I may not use different oils on my scalp because I found that after I've washed my hair and put in the leave-in conditioners, my scalp is as moisturized as it needs to be, and I just need to wash it as soon as I realize that it's getting dry, and it already needs to be cleaned anyway. So and I do, for me, I wash my hair every 5 to 7 days because like washing it more than that could cause my hair and my scalp to be too dry. And also, if I'm going to be spending 4 to 5 minutes in the shower washing my hair, I don't want to do that every day or every second day. I'm buying products that are available at my local supermarket. They are for curly hair. They work well for me. I'm still experimenting, but they've been working well, and they're way less expensive. So I'm learning that I don't need to go for the expensive brands, even if they're targeted specifically for my hair texture, because I just need to work with what's best for me and my budget, you know, and what's less stressful as well. Now, something I'm learning to grow my hair long is retaining what actually grows, you know? Learning to take care of the ends of my hair. Right now, the ends of my hair, to be very honest, it's very thin and brittle. But you know, also in the aspect of learning what's best for me, my hair is thin, so the ends, for the most part, I'm trying to figure out how to keep them as healthy as possible, but they get very thin. But anyways, I try my best to learn how to retain them, you know, getting my hair clipped regularly. For me, I think I do it maybe once or twice a year, because it's good to clip your hair and to cut your hair, but not too often. You know, if your aim is to grow your hair, like cutting it often doesn't really help with your goals, you know? So I'm just learning the value of retaining what grows and retain it in the most healthy way possible. So for me, daily, like when I am putting my hair up to go to sleep, I put some moisturizer or some oils at the ends of my hair, just to keep them as healthy as possible, because they are the ends of your hair are the oldest, the thinnest, more than likely the driest parts of your hair. So you want to pay special and key attention to that part of your hair as possible. You know, I remember another woman saying that you really want to focus on the ends of your hair because it's the part that has been there the longest. So in order to retain your hair, to grow it long, you just pay attention, just pay special care to the ends of your hair. And it does help a lot, especially with aesthetics, when you clip the ends of your hair, especially like when it's straightened and stuff. But for me personally, I don't really clip them that often because I want to retain my hair, okay? But you know, what's best for you is best for you. All I'm saying is that no matter how often you cut your hair, keep the ends of your hair as healthy as possible. And I would also suggest, like when you are tangling your hair or detangling your hair, you know, be as gentle as possible with the ends of your hair because, you know, they're also the weakest parts of your hair. So, you know, detangle with care. Not necessarily like you can't do it at all or you have to be as long as possible in the shower when you're washing your hair, if you use enough conditioner and get it, you know, really like on your hair and the slippage really well, then you can see the detangling is much easier. But really do take care. And I've been learning this a lot because now I'm straightening my hair myself. I'm learning how to do it myself because I want to learn how to do my own hair to the best of my ability, whichever hairstyle that is. And sometimes when I am like combing through my hair and doing the blow drying part and then the flat ironing, sometimes I do realize that my hair at the end is breaking off. And I'm wondering if it's that, you know, is it that it's the heat, or is it just my technique for what I'm doing? So, you know, I'm still learning. I'm not afraid of heat like I used to before in the past, when I was told, oh, that heat is very horrible for your hair. Maybe heat isn't the best thing, but it helps. So one of the ways I know that people will or one of the suggestions people give to keep the ends of your hair or to retain your hair is protective hairstyles. But I want to put forth the question, are protective hairstyles protective? You know, because if you don't have as much access to your own hair to moisturize, to maintain, and to prevent it from getting dry, I think the effect isn't as beneficial as we might think. Now, if it's a protective hairstyle where you can get to your hair and get to moisturize and oil as much as possible, then fine. But I know that some of the braiding methods, for instance, right, you are locking your hair away and you don't get as much access to maybe moisturize unless you have some kind of like drop-in item where you can literally get in between the braids and actually like put some oils in and just apply the moisturizers and stuff. And I think with protective hairstyles, you also need to learn how to make it as protective as possible. So if you are putting your hair in a wig, and okay, I don't wear wigs often. I don't wear them at all, so I really don't understand some of the methods, so bear with me. But I know that sometimes people will cane roll their hairs, right, and then put like a cap and stuff like that. Now the hair that is put away, are you taking care of it? Are you putting moisturizers on them and stuff like that? Because it's still your hair, it is your natural hair, and you want to take care of it and not just have the hair that people see be as luscious as possible. And to be honest, for me, I still wear braids, but I don't wear them as often because I realize that when I take them down, especially when I've kept them in for a very long time, my hair is just, the breakage is more, there are more split ends, and it's not been the best method for me. So I don't wear as much protective hairstyles anymore, but my hair has been functioning fine so far. I know that another benefit of protective hairstyles is that for that time, you don't really have to focus so much on styling your own hair. And I know because like sometimes like the styling methods can be longer. So it's relaxing, right? And I get it. Like when I braid my hair and I don't have to focus on it as much and I don't need to style it before I leave as much, it is so good. But don't forget your hair in the process is what I'm trying to say, please, especially if you want it to grow as long as possible, you know? On the topic of protective hairstyles and retaining your hair, for me, I'm at a place right now where I'm learning that my hair lives for me. I don't live for my hair. So that's why I've been straightening my hair a lot more, because I like to see how long my hair is. I like my hair curly. I like the different hairstyles I can do when it's curly, but I also like when it's straight. And I used to shy away from straightening my hair because you know, of the different advices that you don't want to put as much heat to your hair because it will damage your hair and your hair won't it will fall off or it will break more. And I get that excessive heat is actually not good for your hair. And even for me, I've seen now where I'm straightening my hair more and some parts of my hair have actually broken off because it was drier. And it's whatever. I just want to wear my hair the way I like to wear my hair. So at the end of the day, my hair lives for me, not me for my hair. So I wear it the way I want and the way I enjoy. And even right now, even though my hair isn't in its natural curly afro feature, it's not because I don't like it. I do. I just like both, you know, the curly aspect, the straight aspect, the aspect that's wavy and more straightened, and the aspect that's is more shrunk and closer to my scalp. I like them all and I embrace it. So back to the natural hair movement story. I remember watching so many videos and given so many tips where don't apply any heat to your hair because it's so awful. And man, like I wish I had known earlier that even some of the twist out methods, just applying a blow dryer to your hair actually helps a lot. You know, it just makes things go faster. You don't have to go to bed with your hair wet and, you know, having a greater chance of catching a cold. And even with detangling your hair, I know for some people, like after the shower, if they use the blow dryer, it's easier for them to then detangle their hair. So the advice to stay away from heat may not be as good as we thought. Yet still, too much heat, excessive heat is still bad because it's something that can burn, right? So I get it, but like, let's try to take it into context and to balance out how we do different things, because I think both extremes is not good, like the extreme of staying away from heat whatsoever and maybe the other extreme of constantly using heat. I think I'm using more heat than, you know, is necessary now, but you know, I'm learning how to balance it all. And as I said, my hair lives for me, so I am not worried about what happens to my hair. I am not, you know, because thanks be to God it grows back, but I do want to retain it as much as possible. So if I do something that I realize is not best for my hair, it's fine. There's grace and I can go for a do-over and then do it better the next time. But I don't shy away from actually experimenting on what works best, you know. Man, if I thought color worked well with my hair, I probably would color my hair. But and I say this because I know that coloring your hair can also cause your hair to get thin and more prone to being damaged. But now I'm not worried about that. I just don't color my hair because I don't know which color would suit me, so I just stay away from it right now, you know. If you are interested in hair growth, how has it been going for you? Let me know. And also if you have any other tips for hair growth, or even about the tips or any opinions for the tips that I've shared so far, let me know. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day.